Good morning. Good morning. I'm Tom Merrill, very grateful member of this community. This is a time to greet your neighbors. See if there's someone around that's new to you. This time to turn off electronic devices that may interfere with the sound system. They connect us to the outside world, but we have a far better connection through spirit on our own. So welcome to the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. We honor you wherever you are on your spiritual path, knowing that there is something here in the music, in the words, to take you along that path in the coming day and weeks. So join us in the morning chant.
Let's chat in song, Tom.
Yes. The words of which will be on the screen behind me, and that will then be followed by the practitioner, spiritual mind treatment by the practitioner today, which is Merrill and Saux, to take you deeper into your center.
I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. You know the other part? I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. Now really sing it out. Let me hear you. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Now both parts. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. Blessings of God rest upon you. May His peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore.
And so, inviting you to go to that place within yourself that always was and that always will be. I open now to that power which is greater than I am, but that beats my heart, that breathes my breath. That source of absolutely everything, everywhere, whose center is at every point in the universe, therefore in every molecule of air and water, earth, flesh, everywhere, that beat, that life force that is God the good, all-powerful, that which knows all things, sees all things, feels all things, can do all things, does all things through each one. And as I know that this power is the reality of my being, so this is true for everyone. That each exquisite ray of this power, of this life, expresses uniquely, is a jewel in eternity. And as I feel this power within myself, so I resonate with that power expressed as each and every person, everywhere. And I speak my word for a new space within each heart, within each mind, to open a little more this morning as a flower opens to the sun in that divine receptivity, to allow more of the infinite possibility to be known, to make itself known, that each one opens to a greater truth this morning in that perfect receptivity as we open to the words of our beloved Reverend Karyl. I accept this for myself, for every person, and for the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. So be it, and so it is. Amen.
The blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore.
And so, I leave this now to Bodhi to introduce our musicians this morning.
Good morning. Isn't that rain been awesome? Right. So, my friend Edward Mills, kind of a new friend. We've known about each other for a while, but we reconnected at a beautiful sound healing workshop last summer with Tito La Rosa. And we really bonded over these magical instruments. And then found out he also sings and plays, and he has a new album out called Walkin' Beauty. And I thought, Walkin' Beauty. Got some feedback going on. Yeah. We turn down the monitor a little bit there. So he's a sound healer and a songwriter, and he lives up in Sebastopol. And we're going to sing a couple of his songs this morning. And at the end of this one, actually, you could join us on the how's it go? Owayu. There it is. Owayu. You'll get it. You'll pick up on it. You'll get it. So, Edward Mills, please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Bodhi. Really happy to be here. All right. stand at the door of all that we've been searching for, stepping into so much more than anything we dreamed before. Ooh, why you? Why oh, why? Listen now, it won't be long. The time has come to sing your song. Remember, you've done nothing wrong, and you were right where you belong. Ooh, why oh, why oh, why ooh, why oh, why oh, why let go of all your plans. Stop trying so hard to understand. Let love take you by the hand and lead you to the promised land. Ooh, why you? Why oh, why? Like diamonds in the night, shining on the good and right. The time has come to take flight, for we are beings of the light. Ooh, why oh, why oh, why ooh, why oh, why oh, why
Ooh, why you?
Sing along if you want.
Why oh, why ooh, why you? 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 Why oh, why you? Yeah. Thank you for singing with us.
So sweet. Welcome, everybody. I'm Reverend Karyl Huntley, and you came out in the cold to be here, and I appreciate that. It's good to see so many people back and some people that I've never met before. So we have here a couple of people from our newcomer team, and they have some information in an envelope about our community if you would like it. And then if you fill out a little blue card in there, and give it back, you'll get one of these little books that says what religious science teaches. That's where you are today. You are in a place that teaches religious science. So anybody here for the very first time that would like some information about our community? Very good, thank you. Welcome to everybody. So our theme for the whole year is 100 years of science of mind. That's when our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, started sharing this. Actually, it's not its own philosophy. It is a compilation of wisdom traditions that seems to help everybody. It seems to help you if you're a Methodist or a Catholic or a Jew or anybody. And so that's what he compiled and called it religious science. And then the philosophy, the teaching philosophy is the science of mind. So one of these major ideas is that we are all connected to the divine. And if you look deeply into any wisdom tradition, it says that. So that's our theme for March. You are rooted in the divine. And because this is, it's really an essential concept, and that you take from your head to your heart, and then you're so much happier. Again, whether you are Catholic or Jew or Baptist or religious scientist or whatever, pagan, you are rooted in the divine. So this was the image from the first week of this month, and these are the concepts that still hold true, that if a little seedling is rooted in the ground, it is secure. It needs its roots to grow, and that's exactly the way we are. We are secure in the divine, whether we call the divine God or Yahweh or one of the goddesses or divine intelligence, whatever you call that. We are there. Our toes are firmly entrenched in the divine. We are also nurtured like the seedling is. The seedling gets what it needs from the soil. We get what we need from the divine. We get life opportunities. We get divine guidance and all of that. And we are expressive of divine intelligence. Just like when you put a watermelon seed in the ground, you get a watermelon. When we open to the mind of God, which we are forever using, we have all of the answers, we have all of the divine guidance, we have all of the paths in front of us, and all of the well-lit path that we ought to go on. That's all there. All the answers are available, in other words. So this is an analogy about being rooted in the divine in the ground. Then the next week we did the same lesson with another analogy, and that is water. So this is how a well works from last week. And the idea is there's one underground river, and any well will get you there. A Baptist well will get you there. A pagan well will get you there. Any well will get you down to the water, but you have to have a bucket. And then you have to go down, or go in, as we would say, with a spiritual practice. And then you have to take that feeling of oneness and your divine guidance up again into your waking life. That's the ascent. And then realize that that well is full of good, clean sustenance, no matter how much you take out of it. So that was the analogy last week with water. Then we have, again, kind of the same idea today, that you are rooted in the divine, but we have another analogy, and that's the cosmos. And so we have this, the title of the talk is God is the Pattern That Connects. And so before I go into this wonderful analogy, I want to take the idea of pattern and take your attention over here to the altar, which is such a great altar by our pagan family, the Frosts. And so just to let you know that they represent the clan Fraser and the clan Campbell. And, you know, pretty much all of us here, all of us, have our bloodline in the Celts. We're some one of these tribes, whether they were the clans in later history or the tribes in earlier history. We are all connected. And that's what the background of the tree of life represents. And also, just to let you know, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. So it was part of the Christian Celtic tradition in Ireland to have this symbol here, which is a circle. The pagan symbol of oneness is the circle, and then the Christian symbol of oneness, which is the cross, together. Those Irish never really got with the Catholic Church of Italy. They did their own thing over there, and they still do. But this wonderful symbol comes from them, so I want to thank the Frosts for that great altar. Yes. So this here represents Indra's net. This is from a whole other tradition. It's Hindu and Buddhist. And the idea is that everything is connected to everything. And wouldn't you know, philosophers, theologians, scientists, all of those deep thinkers are coming to the same conclusion that we're all connected. What do you think? So I wanted to read this. This came from the internet, and it's so sweet. It really is a wonderful description of Indra's net. Far away, in the heavenly abode of the great god Indra, there is a wonderful net which has been hung by some cunning crafter in such a manner that it stretches out infinitely in all directions. In accordance with the extravagant tastes of the deities, the crafter has hung a single glittering jewel in the eye of the net, in each eye of the net. And since the net itself is infinite in dimension, the jewels are infinite in number. There hang the jewels glittering like stars in the first magnitude, a wonderful sight to behold. If we now arbitrarily select one of these jewels for inspection and look closely at it, we will discover that its polished surface there are reflected all the other jewels in the net, infinite in number. Not only that, but each of the jewels reflected in this one jewel is also reflecting all other jewels, so that there is an infinite reflecting process occurring. Isn't that just the sweetest? Now, what's really wonderful is that Marilyn mentioned jewels in her opening invocation. We didn't talk about this. And what I want you to know also is that each one of you is a jewel. And everybody you know is a jewel. And all the things that you're involved in are jewels. The Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living is a jewel. Your car is a jewel. Your cat is a jewel. Everything that is created is a jewel in the net, all reflecting each other. So this is what the oneness, the connectivity that we're talking about this month means in relationship to this analogy of the cosmos. First of all, we are connected. We are connected. The energy between each one of us, always and forever, is connected. Even those people that you break up with, you're connected to them much better that you're connected in love rather than in any other emotion. But this connectivity goes from past through the present into the future. Every single good for all time is connected to you, and every bit of suffering of everybody, everything, is connected to you as well. We cannot possibly process all of this, but we can focus at any time on one or a group of the jewels in the net. Coming back to St. Patrick, that we're all Irish yesterday, right? St. Patrick was the one who may or may not have given us the analogy of the clover. that the three in one, the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, are in the one clover. You know, we don't really know if he said that or if that was somebody else that made that up and it kind of got connected to him. But in our tradition, in the science of mind, we have the same Trinity, but we use different words. The Father is like spirit or conscious mind, the chooser. The Son is all of creation. So even in the St. Patrick clover, it says the same thing. The Holy Spirit then is the creator. So we've got the chooser, the maker, and what is made. And I'm kind of making the teaching symbol in the air here for those of you that have taken foundations. And if you haven't taken foundations, you can sign up today. Back out of the advertisement, which will come up again. All of creation, the Son, part of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, is a part of the pattern. And all of us are the progeny of the infinite. We are all always connected. Also, what this story tells us is that we affect one another. We are affected by each other. We are feeling beings, and we are all affected by all the other jewels, those that we agree with and not, those that we feel are like us and not. And this too is a matter of choice, because we can focus on those jewels that we want to be more like. That is the last thing that I want to talk about this analogy, is that we inspire one another. So we can focus on those jewels that are a little bit ahead of us on any particular path. Those are our teachers. Also, ironically, those who anger us and make us very annoyed are our teachers as well. In fact, there is a teaching that I subscribe to, that everybody out there is our teacher except one category. The one category that is not our teacher are our lovers. And I don't mean physical lovers, I mean more like the auntie who gives you cookies no matter if you need them or not. She just loves you. You can do anything, and she just loves you no matter what. Those are the lovers I'm talking about. People who unconditionally think you're fabulous the way you are, and they never say one thing about how you can change for the better. Those are the lovers. Everybody else is our teacher. Few lovers that think we're the best. Everybody else is our teacher and can inspire us. So, we are connected, affected, and inspired to and by each other. And no matter where we go, we can't excerpt ourselves from the pattern. We can't bring our jewel out of the net. The net is holding all of us, no matter what happens. So, this is my second Sunday of telling you that I am retiring. I'm going to be leaving the ministry, and I will not leave the net. I will not leave the net. We are connected and affected and inspired always. So I want you to know that we have 4 months together. We've got April, May, June, July, and at the end of July will be my last Sunday here. And we have a wonderful plan in place for everybody. I see some little people with little things like this. The philosophy doesn't change, and everybody is your teacher. And you're going to get a great teacher. You're going to get a great teacher on the last Sunday of July. When I step down, Reverend Mary Shelton will step up. And she is going to be your interim minister. And she has already done this for other churches. She knows how to do it very, very well. And we're going to be talking, because we're very close. And we're going to be talking about the steps that are going to happen for you after she takes over as interim minister, because there's a prescribed pathway that makes it the very, very best for the community. And that is a process of what you want next and how you choose it next. And there's all kinds of ways that are prescribed and pathways that are set down that people in churches before us have done. And you are then going to be able to call, that's the verb we use, a minister is called. So you're going to be able to call your next minister, and it's going to be fabulous. Fabulous. So just to finish my announcements, I'm getting married on May 1st, and I'm moving to England after Thanksgiving. So you can all visit me there. And I mean, we plan to have plenty of, I better not say that, or dozens of you will come at a time. Okay. Oh, well, whatever. It'll all work out, right? Okay, so we have the opportunity to do a conscious conclusion. And this is, I'm really big on this. I am really, really big on conscious conclusions. Anyone who has ever taken a class from me knows how this works. But the deal is, in order to free ourselves for the next blessings, we need to finish what we have instead of drag it along. So here's what you do in a conscious conclusion. And this is the lesson that can serve you every single time you do something for the last time. Every single time. You acknowledge your blessings. And so what I want to say is that you have let me move towards accomplishing at least a big, big piece of my life purpose. And for that, I am infinitely grateful. Part of my purpose is to be the way shower for you to experience the magnificence that you are. And I have got to see that over and over and over again. In the classes that I've taught and in the counseling that I've done, I have seen this thing that happens. It's like, oh, it's like that. It's like a whole new expansive idea that changes people forever. I can't tell you what a thrill that is. And you have given that to me over and over again. So I want you to think, because you've given that to me, I need to be able to give you all that you want. And so I know that we have pleased each other over the years, but I want you to think if there is something else that I might give you, that you know, like when you go to a place on vacation and you think about buying something, but you say, oh no, that's too much. And then you get home and you say, God, I wish I'd bought that. That's the same feeling that I don't want you to have in August. I want you to be able to say, I got everything from Reverend Karyl that she could give me. And so I want you to think about if there's a story that you want me to tell or a lesson that you want, if you want an appointment with me, or something, there's a way for you to write a request for that so that your blessing bucket can just overflow in these last 4 months. So this kind of thing, acknowledging blessing, should happen with every single ending. So if you go to a dinner party and you say goodnight, it's really nice to say. What I really loved about tonight were those scalloped potatoes. Oh my God, they were fabulous. Something specific that served you. You know, that's how people really love to get thank yous. It's something specific that fed you. You know, that's where the giving and receiving circle really works. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is, in a conscious conclusion, you have to say everything. You can't hold back. And I invite that from you as well. In the Sundays remaining, you can ask me for, we have this schedule from home office that I may or may not follow. I'm just telling you, because I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And we're going to sing the songs that I want to sing. And I want the same from you. I want you to tell me what you want. And if there is something that is difficult for you to say to me, I really encourage you to find the way to say it. And you can bring a practitioner with you, and it might be hard for me to hear, but I'm telling you, that's a way to have a conscious conclusion, is to not stuff anything, but to express it. And then at this point, I want to also tell you that in the Sundays between now and the end of July, I am not going to be talking about leave taking every single Sunday. So don't think that, I'm going to give the same talk every Sunday. The next thing is to feel everything. It was really sweet last Sunday when I announced this, that the people who came up to me had already kind of sorted that they had sad and happy feelings. And that's what everybody who talked to me said. I'm so sad and I'm so happy. And so I don't know what the rest of you felt that didn't come up to me, but I want you to feel free to feel everything, because I am. I am crabby at home, and I am sleepless at home, and I am ecstatic at home. And Paul is laughing right now because he knows it. And then the last is finish it. So the energy is freed. In every class that I teach, the last prayer, I preview. I say we're going to hold hands, and when we release our hands, the class will be over. This time together will be finished. And so we say the prayer, holding hands, and then we release the hands, and it is the symbol of conclusion. It's a moment where it's over. And so what I want you to know is that letting go frees us for what is next. Yeah? Okay. Oh, okay.
I've known Karyl for about 30 years, but I've never done this before. I have a sad story to share with you, but it's the most perfect mental image and visual aid of the reason for letting go. Dear boss, I write this note to you to tell you of my plight. And at the time of writing, I'm not a pretty sight. My body is all black and blue, my face a deadly gray, and I hope you'll understand why Patty's not at work today. I was working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear, but throwing them down from such a height proved not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he being an awful sod, and he said I'd have to take them down the ladder in my hod. Well, clearing all these bricks by hand, it seemed so awful slow, so I hoisted up a barrel and secured a rope below. But in my haste to do my job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So I come down and cut the rope, and the barrel fell like lead. Still clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. I shot up like a rocket, and to my surprise, I found that halfway up, I met the bloody barrel coming down. Well, the barrels hit my shoulders, to the ground it sped, and when I reached the top, I hit the pulley with my head. I still hung on, though numbed and shocked from this almighty blow, while the barrel spilled out half its bricks 14 floors below. Now, when the bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel, and I started down once more. Still clinging tightly to the rope, I headed for the ground, and fell upon those building bricks that were all scattered round. As I lay there moaning on the floor, I thought I'd passed the worst, when the barrel struck the pulley and then the bottom burst. A shower of bricks rained down on me, I hadn't got a hope, and as I was losing consciousness, I let go of the bloody rope. Well, the barrel being heavier, started down once more and fell across my body as I lay there on the floor. It broke 3 ribs in my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you'll understand why Patty's not at work today.
Well, that little lesson on letting go was done by my prayer partner of 9 years, Jim Strand. who, by the way, which hip is it? Which hip? No, your hip. He is letting go of his left hip at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So let's just do healing hands to Jim Strand. Yay, he's getting so many prayers. He wants to go home tomorrow, which I know he will. So blessed be to all the doctors and to you. Okay, that was a little, we've never done that before, have a little surprise like that. So I want to continue to talk about some of the blessings that I have had from you all over the years. Because I think I have grown. When I first came here, I had a toddler girl who is now firmly in her own career. By the way, she was offered a management position at the winery in which she works, and she's accepted it. So she's on her way. Yeah, I'll let her know that you say good job. Good job, Mel. So because of you, I have learned to think deeply. Because I have had to talk to people and love them that disagree with me, and I disagree with them. And I have had to find a comfortable way of being with those people by thinking deeply and coming to a place, one position, but deeper, there is a place where we can come together. That's what I have learned. I've learned to see all sides of an issue by thinking deeply. And then in class, I have had great questions that challenge our philosophy. Reverend Karyl, what about, those kinds of questions. And I have had to think deeply in order to give semi-satisfying answers over the years, which I think have gotten a little more satisfying as I've gone through it. But this is the next ad for Foundations. If you would like to learn how to think deeply, sign up for Foundations today. Next is I have learned how to apologize completely. And the way that this is to just admit that I have a lack of skill or I committed an unintentional hurt on someone and leave it there. And the power of this is it can't be overestimated. It leads to peace. It leads to a vulnerability between us jewels. And it reconnects, it weaves back what has been torn asunder when there is hurt. It's a miracle, and I highly recommend it. The hardest one for me, which I'm still working on, is to speak absolutely honestly and not generalize or sugarcoat or fail to speak, because this is the hardest for me. Anybody who's worked with me on the core council knows that speaking up and delivering information that somebody doesn't want to hear is very difficult because I don't want to hurt feelings, and so I have learned that the direct path is the direct path, as they say across the pond. The direct path is absolutely. So I want you to know that even though we will not see each other weekly after July, we are still connected, affected, and will inspire each other forever and ever. Back to St. Patrick. St. Patrick wrote a beautiful prayer that has come down to us as St. Patrick's breastplate. It's a breastplate is that armor that goes across your chest. And the breastplate in this prayer is that which Patrick's heart beats through as he lives into the world. It's got many, many stanzas to it, and most of it is very Christian. But there's a piece of it that is really earthy, which I love, and I have used as a model for my own prayers. I'd like to share it with you today. It goes, I arise today through the strength of heaven, light of sun, radiance of moon, splendor of fire, speed of lightning, swiftness of wind, depth of sea, stability of earth, and firmness of rock. This is what he would say in the morning as he lived in the world. So this model of a prayer, I arise today through whatever I'm going through, I have used as a model in my life, and I will actually put this in the outgoing recap so that you can do it too, but I rewrote it today for me and for you. I arise today connected to my brothers and sisters, affected by the lives of those around me, lifted by the inspiration of those who have gone before me, using the divine mind to think deeply, and living in the heart of God with no walls between us. That is my breastplate for this morning. So I would like to close with a bit of inner work, and if the Frosts would allow me, I will bless the tartans as we do the closing prayer. So would the practitioners please surround the room? And so today I bless these tartans of the Fraser and the Campbell clans. I bless the connection that they represent, generation to generation to generation. I bless the honor that these families have in wearing these plaids. And I know that they stand as examples to all of us who honor our ancestors. And so in this moment, I ask us all to open, so that we may be affected by our ancestors, by our current brothers and sisters, and those whom we meet for the first time today. May we know that we are connected, because all of us are jewels in the net that hangs in the heavens from eternity to eternity. We are blessed, we are inspired, we are connected forever and ever. And so it is. Amen.
What you're meant to be. Beauty in the earth below and in the sky above. When you see that beauty, then you'll know how much you're loved. Beauty walks in front of you and follows close behind. Beauty to your left, and it's there on your right. Beauty above you, beauty down below, beauty within you. Wherever you may go, you walk in beauty. We walk in beauty. beauty. We live in beauty.
Live in beauty.
There's so much beauty. There is so much beauty in the world. There is so much beauty in the world. Open your eyes so you can see it. Open your heart so you can be it. There is so much beauty in the world. Open your eyes so you can see it. Open your heart so you can be it. There is so much beauty in the world. There is so much beauty in the world.
Thank you, Edward.
So let's give some gratitude and thanks to Edward and Bodie for the music. And of course, let's give a great bit of gratitude to Reverend Karyl for a great talk. So would the ushers please come forward? And while you're filling out your gifts, I'd just like to say that, Karyl, one of the things you've taught me, that it's okay to be vulnerable and be a guy. So thank you. So I would wish that we would all give from a place of inspiration instead of obligation. And would the ushers please collect the gifts?
We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that die shall rise again. From the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that die shall rise again. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that die shall rise again. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that die shall rise again.
And together we say, this gift I give is God in action. I now send it forth to bless and to prosper. I know that everywhere it goes, it is creating a world living in love, one heart and one thought at a time, and so it is.
Okay, so thank you, everybody that created this service today. And I'm going to thank Jim for setting up, Jim Homa, and the sound done by Jim and Bob today, and Ron on camera. Streaming is Tom. Tom had 2 jobs today, welcome man and streaming. And then Mary on PowerPoint, all of our wonderful practitioners ready to pray with you today, the Frost family for the beautiful altar. Oh, I forgot to say that the Fraser medallion, the what is it called? The crest, the Fraser crest has strawberries and cow dung. And so there you have it. And so they brought strawberries. And you can all have one. And then Bridget, their daughter, made the Fraser Castle for a school project years ago. So that's the whole altar. That's the preciousness of that. Thank you to Edward and Bodie for the music today. And thank you in advance for the education team that is going to have sign-ups over there for our spring classes, and the Sunday team headed up by Ellen Nicosia. So thank you all. And Jim Strand, our surprise guest. So, thanks, Mary. So I have one more of these left. You are welcome to drop by. New topics in prosperity. We just explore the abundance of life. And if you want more money, you might get some ideas about that too. Our annual membership meeting is coming up on April 8th. That is an important business meeting. We have it once a year for all of our members. It shouldn't last too long, but there's a lot to talk about this year. My journey to France at the end of June, I'm still going to do that, and I'm still going to do these ongoing. So you'll have a chance to come see me in the summer in a Celtic land, forever. And this trip is almost full. So I know there's a couple of you here today that have talked to me about it, and if you would like to come, you better talk to me again. Pisces, this is your last Sunday for you to get a sheet from the practitioner table that is a spiritual checkup sheet, and then you can get your present, a full session from a practitioner, and that's the best birthday present you'll ever get. Easter is coming up April 1st, and we have a lot of people already signed up for food. That is fabulous. There's lots and lots of sign-up sheets according to category. If you want to bring a salad or a casserole or a turkey, it's back there at the events table. And we're also doing the hat contest, and which everybody will win this year. Everybody wins the hat contest. And also the basket raffle. So the men's group, the next one is Reverend Katherine's ordination, which is coming up on April 7th. And that's going to be right here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And you are all invited to this, the most formal of the ceremonies that we do in our denomination. 2, it is. 1 will give you some work to do. Yeah, it says 2 right there, too. It's 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock is the setup time. And so the men's group brunch is March 25th. That's next week. It's always good when the men cook for us, right? It's going to be equally fabulous next week. And then on April 15th, we will have our beloved Jean Lange's celebration of life at McGinnis Park. So you're all invited to that. And then this is what's happening for spring classes. And so we've got Quick Start, Merrill and Letzo's Foundations, taught by Reverend Katherine. And we're starting something brand new this time around to see how it goes. We have a Zoom class being taught by Reverend Barbara. And you might even have some Ukrainians in that class. It's going to be really interesting and fabulous. So it's kind of a trial. So if you're interested in doing a Zoom class ever, you might want to sign up for this one so we know that there's interest out there. Oh, well, thank you. It is an online class. You can take this class from your home, opening up your computer and going to the virtual classroom that you will be directed to. You know how to do that, right? If you don't know how to do it, it's simple. We'll show you. And then, let's see. The fifth Sunday brunch is coming up on April 29th at Jett's house. Jett continues to do our fifth Sunday brunches for us. It's just a party. So everybody can go, but it'd be good if you carpooled. And then finally, this is what I was talking about in my talk. So if you want to hear a topic from me, if you want a lesson from me, if you want a story from me, if you want a resource from me, if you want a conversation with me, if you want a private appointment, or if you want to go to the dance with me, whatever. There is a sign-up sheet on the events table, and it would be really good if you gave me your name and your contact number, and instead of just saying, do this, that'd be good. So, and do it soon, because, I'm going to take care of the requests quickly. And so we want to fill up these 4 months with the best stuff for both of us, all of us. And so, my loves, my blessing for you is that the connection that you have with one another is always nurturing. And the connection that you have with your source is even better. And as always, Spirit guides your way. Now it's time for you to stand for our affirmation and closing song. Right up here. I am forever connected to God's creation, one by one, each and all, now and always. I am affected by and inspire others. One everlasting wholeness that is complete, safe, and loving is home to my soul from eternity to eternity.
May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may the goddess hold you in the hollow of her hand. One more time. One more time.
Oh, yeah, we love this. Yeah.
Oh, you love this, Karyl. Do you love this, Karyl? Do
Yes,
we love Karyl?
yes.
May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. Until we meet again, may the goddess hold you in the hollow